There are nights in football that are more than just a game. They are turning points, a moment in time where an entire era ends and a new one begins with ruthless force. This is the story of one of those nights. The night the smiling assassin of football was finally dethroned. The night the magician's final trick failed. This is the story of the day Cristiano Ronaldo made Ronaldinho retire. The stage was set for a Champions League classic, October 19th, 2010, the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid versus AC Milan, two of the most decorated clubs in history, a clash of titans. But this wasn't just about the two clubs. It was about two incredible well, kind of. One was the king of the past, the other the machine of the future. In the red and black of Milan was the legend, Ronaldinho, the man who made an entire generation fall in love with football. He was pure joy, pure magic. Joga Bonito personified, a World Cup winner, a two-time FIFA World Player of the Year, a Ballon d'Or winner. This was the man who was so good he even received a standing ovation right here in this very stadium from the Real Madrid fans when he played for Barcelona. By 2010, the peak Barcelona years were behind him, but the aura remained. He was still seen as the master, the entertainer-in-chief of world football. And in the pristine white of Real Madrid, the most expensive player in the history of the sport, Cristiano Ronaldo. If Ronaldinho was magic, Ronaldo was science, a physical specimen engineered for one purpose, to dominate. He had just arrived from Manchester United to lead the new Galacticos project under the most notorious manager in the world, Jose Mourinho. Mourinho, fresh off a historic treble with Inter Milan, was building a monster at Madrid, and Ronaldo was its devastating centerpiece. This was the new era, an era of power, speed, and relentless efficiency. And so the two forces met in the Bernabeu tunnel. Look at the difference. The Real Madrid players, led by Pepe, are wired, bouncing, psyching themselves up for a war. Then you see the Milan players. Ronaldinho walks down the stairs, calm, almost too relaxed. He's seen it all before. But tonight, he was about to face a storm he couldn't dance his way out of. The lineups were insane. Milan had a team of legends, Ibrahimovic, Pirlo, Gattuso, Seedorf, Nesta, a team that had won it all. Real Madrid were the new blood, Ozil, Di Maria, Higuain, and of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. From the first whistle, the tempo was set by one man. Ronaldo was electric. He was faster, stronger, and hungrier than anyone on the pitch. You could see the Milan legends trying to stop him. Here's Gattuso, one of the toughest midfielders of his generation, trying to get close, but Ronaldo is just too quick, too powerful. The old ways of stopping a player weren't going to work on this new kind of athlete.
And then, just 13 minutes in, came the moment that defined the match. A free kick for Real Madrid. Ronaldo places the ball down. You know the stance. The world knows that stance. In the wall stands a who's who of football royalty. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Andrea Pirlo, Clarence Seedorf. Legends. They form a wall to stop the inevitable, but you can't stop it. Ronaldo unleashes a rocket. It doesn't go over the wall, it goes through it. The ball deflects off Seedorf and flies into the net. 1-0. It wasn't a moment of Samba magic, it was a moment of pure, unstoppable force. A goal that symbolized the new era crashing through the old guard. And Mourinho's Real Madrid weren't done. Just 1 minute later, they did it again. Ronaldo is involved again, dragging players out of position. The ball finds Mesut Ozil, whose shot takes a wicked deflection and loops into the goal. 2-0. In less than 15 minutes, the game was over. It was a brutal, efficient assassination of a footballing giant. And what about Ronaldinho? What about Ronaldinho? For 70 minutes, he was a ghost. He tried his tricks, the little shimmies, the no-look passes, but they were gone. The Real Madrid players were too fast, too strong. He was dispossessed time and time again. The smile was gone, replaced by a look of frustration. He couldn't find the magic anymore. And then in the 72nd minute came the final symbolic moment. The fourth official's board goes up. Number 80, Ronaldinho is substituted. The standing ovation he once received here was a distant memory. He trudged off the pitch, his race at the very top of European football effectively run. The torch had been passed. Now, Ronaldinho didn't literally retire that night, but his career at the elite level was over. He would leave AC Milan just a few months later, moving back to Brazil. We would see flashes of the old magic, but never again on the biggest stage of the Champions League. And Cristiano Ronaldo? After this game, he went on to become one of the greatest players of all time. He would win 4 more Champions Leagues with Real Madrid, score an impossible 450 goals in 438 games for the club, and win 4 more Ballon d'Or trophies. That night in Madrid was more than a 2-0 victory. It was the coronation of a new king. The joyous, carefree magic of Ronaldinho's era was over, replaced by the relentless, athletic, goal-scoring machine that was Cristiano Ronaldo. The beautiful game had changed forever. Was this the greatest passing of the torch moment in football history? Let me know in the comments below. Send this to a friend who needs to remember this iconic night. And don't forget to subscribe.